Last time, then. The coterie checked out their new rented loft, a small, shitty square with a slightly smaller basement on a fairly busy street. While they were still planning their first move, Rathew appeared from nowhere, as he does, and offered the last 2 pages of Burris's journal in exchange for a double serving of their vitae. Isaiah bit the bullets, and the coterie learns they were embraced just to be killed, that Falsey was the mastermind behind uniting the coterie and their ambitions. Also, that the center point of their plot was demonology, the ritual in which they were to be sacrificed, the players. That circle they woke up in, it was all to summon a demon bound to the silver mine, and their will. Rathew didn't try very hard to hide his origins from them. He claimed he wasn't exactly what they wanted to summon, but they tore a big enough hole for him to wiggle through, in a manner of speaking. He even rubbed in this wound, revealing he was highly limited in his range of operations, and that he likely wouldn't have made it to Sonoma if not for their deals with him. None of that stopped Isaiah from making a third deal right there, when the snide little bastard offered him details of Dwight's capture. He was at the very same building holding Elysium, as it turns out, a massive public library ran by an anciently old man named Otto, one who supposedly is seen often by daylight, has connections with the police and organized crime alike. Meeting him in person, he also claimed at least to have traps all over his lair. Most of this was learned by Harvey scouting, though he was discovered climbing through the window towards the end of this investigation. The elder didn't seem too fazed or upset, even walking him right to Dwight's room for an inspection. The employee confirmed he was being treated well enough, brought decent food, and even books to pass the time by his involuntary host. Said host assured he'd be released just as soon as the books containing this ancient language were brought to him, and Harvey came in handy again as he sent his musician pals on a quick run back to Sonoma to pick them up. Maybe even going with them. We'll see if he rejoins us. Meanwhile, across the city, the rest got ready for Elysium, buying nice clothes and finding blood to drink. Yolanda had the most success, with Elena merely finding a hospital where she could volunteer and working a shift to make some connections. Isaiah, meanwhile, took the safe bet, buying cattle. Unfortunately, he was hungry enough to chomp right down once they were in the rented barn he acquired, and this left a witness for him to silence. Elena's new body-dissolving power came in handy there, killing the man that had last been seen alive in Isaiah's company. God knows people have been hung for less. With that done, the coterie met back up and discussed their next move, right up until a golem of a man pounded on their door. Yolanda opted to let the invisible guest in, and all managed to stay relatively polite when his monstrous visage was revealed. A heavy blob of a man with a cone on top, rather than the more classical head and torso body that most people have. This guest, Conehead, was polite, if not kind, breaking a few of Isaiah's fingers with his handshake for seemingly no reason, and greeting the lot of you as fresh meat. When Isaiah handed over $1,000, he did offer some info, even revealing it was apparently his clan's lot to know things, that it was expected of them, tied to their bane even. From him, they learned there was a powerful Auspex user at an orphanage near the docks, one who helped him find them and even learn their names. The big blob expressed some sympathy when he learned about their soft extortion by Otto, complaining that Ventru, Tremere, and Toreador all were the same. All thought they were the pinnacle of creation, that they could do whatever they wanted to lesser vamps. He seemed to have a special interest in your grievances, but left before much more was said about it. Dawn was approaching. But now it's 7 p.m., March 18th, as you rouse for your next night.
I'm good.
Who's hungry?
Neither. 3 for my healing, down to 1.
Big ass fight that Rathew left, didn't you? City is yours. 2 days till Elysium.
Will the Harpies men be back this evening?
They left yesterday. At the earliest, if I did my math right, they'll be back early this morning. Like, maybe before you go down for the day, but probably not.
All right.
2 days before Elysium.
2 days till Elysium.
Yeah, Yolanda's gonna and go out and check out other cat houses as well as establishments to gain some inspiration to try to bring some of that back to her business.
Sounds like a plan for at least the next few hours. What's Isaiah up to?
Isaiah's gonna try and find the local colored community, whatever there is. Specifically, he's gonna be looking to see if he can hook up with anyone in the Underground Railroad.
Well, we'll start with Yolanda then, because I'm not sure what Isaiah should roll. Yolanda, I mean, if you have money, you can walk into a cat house. That's not hard. As for talking about their businesses and gathering information, maybe intelligence or wits plus persuasion or manipulation. Are you going to like fancier places or places that are small and hole in the wall places like yours?
A little small and hole in the place. Small and hole in the places. Nothing too grand, because she don't want her new cat house to be popping. Like she's taking advice. You know what I mean?
Is listening to the master who has blood bonded her? Shocking.
Yeah. Basically looking for. Basically going to.
Right. Speaking of,
Yeah.
just to be clear, because I never said it on the actual series, how many dots have you bought with discounted XP like we discussed?
Oh, I haven't spent XP yet, but I plan
Okay,
to.
never mind then. I was just going to say, if you want to buy more than 1 dot from your, to reflect your teachings, you're going to raise your blood bond level a bit.
I know, but of course, but I haven't spent any XP yet. Not yet.
Right, for now you only have 1, and she's taught you at maximum 1 dot worth then.
Yeah.
But in any case, still waiting on that roll.
Wits and persuasion.
Or manipulation, your call. You're just trying to figure out how your these places are run and how you might improve yours.
3 successes.
3 successes. All right, you find a small little establishment with a woman at the bar who's far too polite not to be the owner. And you get to chatting with her. How do you run this place? How do you start? And she does tell you, oh, there's a wonderful resource of books on the subject. Libraries, even small bookstores running a business, even specifically running a cat's house. Here, I can recommend to you this one and this one. And yeah, that's basically all you get, with a few hours of asking around and saying most
She'll
of them
ask.
just give you very generic stuff that you could have guessed.
Yeah, she'll ask. She'll ask if she can write the names of the books down.
Yeah, sure, someone will write them down for you. Rather, the one person who was polite and helpful. They seem
Yeah.
young and very proud of the fact that they own a business, even a small one, and a sleazy
Yeah.
one.
Because Yolanda might want to buy 3 of those. How many books?
I will say just like 4. She gives you like nothing fancy or I'm gonna bother a real title for, just like general, the equivalent of running a small business.
Yolanda might go to the bookstore and buy those books, even though she can't read yet. She wants to be prepared for it.
And you got friends who can read.
Hmm?
Probably a couple employees too. Who knows?
Yeah.
But in any case, Isaiah, you wanted to go look around. I think that's got to be investigations or maybe subterfuge. You're trying to find a secret spy network, so I think it's got to be subterfuge there, unless you can convince me otherwise.
Let me see here. Investigate. And like a witch investigation, would that be all right?
I think intelligence or resolve would make more sense than wits. So if you have time to like really take your time, I think it's usually intelligence.
All right, then I'll do that. 3 successes.
3 successes. You ask around a pretty good amount of time. This takes you till midnight as well. And let's see. You do not get anything that would be, let's say, condemning or evidence or any addresses, anyone involved. But you do find a few people who listen very carefully, who seem to have some power over their community, and who make note that your business, your name, is an ally to people, smuggling out. You get something like, okay, if you want to be an ally, tell me what you can offer. Okay, if you will maybe call on you later. If you prove that you're actually an ally, maybe you'll learn more.
And he will definitely point out, like, I have money if it's needed and a place people can hide out of town.
And, gee, are you throwing any money at any of these people you talk to who act like, well, we'll say at least one mentioned that they know people in the railroad, so...
There'd definitely be some money moving hands then.
Right, how much do you want to hand over? I mean, you can probably go upwards of 5,000 at your resource level without it being a thing.
Well, if it's just
Well,
someone on the street, probably like $50. Just like money's not an issue here. But I need to know where it's going if I'm getting more.
and he takes note of that, and do you tell him about the silver mine and how much money you have, or just that you have a successful business?
I say I own a mine near Sonoma.
Okay. No, this guy isn't going to say anything about the copper one. He doesn't fucking know stuff about Sonoma. Well, that's very generous. We can definitely put that money to good use. Freaking almost buy someone out, it feels like that much. God. He is just like staring at the wad of cash in his arms like it's, $1,000,000. Yeah, I'll pass this along and I'll make sure that my friend gets your name. What are you doing in San Francisco anyway, rich man?
It's a business meeting. I'll be returning to Sonoma within the week.
How long you had that, man?
Little over a month, I believe.
You, be careful with, like, guns and with the law, okay? You know, it's a target on your back. My dad always warned me. You have too much in this land, they'll just find some reason to yank it away from you.
That's why I've got to use everything I have while I have it.
Fair point. He looks at the money. And unless you have anything else to ask, he'll wander off. It isn't a big section of the city. Like I said, less than 5% of this city is black, you'd wager. So it's a fairly tight-knit community tucked away in one section of it or another that you probably had to ride a carriage to because it was far away, even from your slum.
After that, he's just going to walk the city and look at like what buildings are either abandoned or marked for sale, stuff like that.
All right. I don't know if that would be investigation or finance. I'll let you use finance to see, like, about properties for sale and such in the city you might make use of.
6 successes.
This. Okay, yeah, you find... So DC 30, basically. Not only a number of places that you can buy for pennies on the dollar that you're sure with just a little bit of renovations could sell for much more, you find a way to buy them in a very condensed area, very close to the colored part of town. Like, if you play your cards right, you're basically going to move most of the city's minorities, at least of your race, from living in slums and rat houses to living comfortably and well, while making money doing it.
Like I could basically buy up some decent apartments almost, and he's gonna take notes of all the addresses and their prices, because he'll probably need someone to go do the work during the day.
And Yolanda, you up to anything else with your night?
Oh, let's see. How much would the books cost?
A negligible amount.
How much?
I mean, a book probably costs less than $5 at most, probably closer to $1 a piece.
She'll pay whatever the price for those 4 books. She would also like to see if she can meet other toreadors in the city.
More challenging. How would you go about that?
Look for the fanciest place, like fancy bars and stuff, because I'm sure her Mala told her about more information about her clan that they're
Okay, we'll call this a retroactive persuasion something roll. Manipulation or charisma, you trying to convince her to tell you where you could find toreadors in San Francisco, let's say.
Charisma and persuasion?
Unless you have a better idea.
I'll do charisma and persuasion. And this is the prince I'm talking to. I talked to, right?
Yes, this is a conversation you had with her during that time skip, or otherwise.
All right, persuasion, charisma. I'm gonna spend a willpower to reroll 3 of those. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 successes.
Successes. All right, let's see. That's a pretty damn good roll. She tells you, "Oh, I have bad news for you. My loveliest of drinkers. Me, I was the only toreador in San Francisco. And at least I was since my sire got bored. But if you want to see me while you're in the city, I do dine at the... Let's see. The Winged Pig. Most evenings that I'm there. It's a lovely place, and, well, the prince's men own it, so you can get away with a little more.
The winged pig?
Yep. So, you want to go there tonight to see if you can catch her?
Yeah.
Alright, and like all things I'm unsure of, we'll settle this by coin toss, because she probably is in the city, but then again... Yes, you enter and you ask the man up front, or you introduce yourself as a friend of Miss Tori Nuvon, and they tell you, "Oh, I'm so sorry, she's just stepped out. She's usually here earlier in the day, earlier in the evening. She has her dinners late, but not at midnight, you understand, dear. I might be able to pass on a message for you, if you wanted, or you might catch her tomorrow."
Yes, I would like to see her tomorrow.
Well, just don't bother her too much. She seems to enjoy her nights out with her husband.
Of course, I just wanted to say hello. I'll be back tomorrow evening.
We'll see you then. We'll save a table, or we'll let Miss Newbon know to expect you, Mrs.
Thank you.
Jesus.
And Yolanda will leave.
So, 6 a.m., final call. You meet back up at the house as dawn approaches. You say anything to each other as Elena rambles about her boring-ass nurse day that she probably enjoyed immensely after the craziness of the last few...
Oh, there's something I want to ask you too.
Yes.
Or you. I would like to, if it's possible, I would like to learn from you both on how to see in the dark.
I'm not necessarily sure how to go about teaching that. It's just something I do, but I could explain it as best I can.
I'll have to ask the prince if it's possible to learn other abilities. But be able to see in the dark would be very helpful to me.
Certainly is.
But I'll see if I can ask her tomorrow evening if I could. If she's in town, if it's possible for me to learn other disciplines, as they call them.
I can try and teach you when we return to Sonoma, but there's no guarantees it will work.
Thanks, that's all I ask. And I'll let you, and maybe I could teach you how to be faster or more.
Your ability to
Careful.
hear might be helpful.
I'll see what I can do on that. Yeah, I can teach you that as well.
But not in 1 hour, as your bodies go and minds grow increasingly sluggish.
Yeah. And once she feels that, she goes to her room, quickly undresses, and then goes into torpor.
Forgive me
make
if I
sure-
sound like a sleaze, but there is only the one room upstairs and the one basement, and I assume you're sharing it.
Oh,
What do
Who's-
you're
Yeah.
sleeping? Do you just pass out in the corner, both of you, respectively?
yeah. But I do have my gun. But I do have my gun ready just in case.
Of course. And you might even grab it when you wake up the next morning, and with a jerk, there is, as I said, torpor passes much like a blink to the undead. Suddenly a man standing in front of you. But you recognize him, one of Harvey's boys. Hey, Mr. Fields, Miss Yolanda, got a message for you.
And what is that message?
What's the message?
He pulls out a letter. I can't read, but I don't know why the hell I don't have a European accent. Mr. The fucking Chinese guy gave me this.
Hand it to you.
And the message is brief, simple. Mr. Fields, in order to proceed with our political endeavors, we'll need my pet Anglo closer. Francis Lingwen can be found uptown in 145 Generic Manor address. Tell him he's needed and he'll be staying. Tell him if he does this, I'll let him see the child if he's difficult.
So that's the leverage he has. Tell me, did you
Everything
get
else-
those
It,
books?
Yes, they did bring the books as well. Yep, we got the books. Holds up the 3 odd journals that have the strange language and the strangely pristine covers, now that you look at them closer.
I will take those journals to the library after we deliver this message. You did mention that you wanted to greet the prince at a restaurant early this evening, correct?
You know,
Yeah.
it's crazy, and it's worth mentioning given the time period. Sorry, I should have mentioned this to Yolanda earlier. Despite being such a fancy, nice place when you went there, Yolanda, it seems to be mixed race inside. Strangely diverse.
Yeah, that's where I'm going to go.
Very well. I will be heading to the north side of town to deliver a message to our lawyer, and then going to the library to procure Dwight.
Okay, I'll meet you at the library then.
Very well.
Very well. So, who goes first? Volunteers? We'll go alphabetical. Isaiah, you head to this manor address first thing you said?
Yes.
Right? Well, in probably about an hour by carriage, longer if you walk all the way there, especially given that you'll probably have to duck and weave around cops once you close in on it, Blitz. You find a place that is large and gated. Not a massive mansion, but there is a guard at the gate, and they don't greet you warmly by the... You, I assume, ring the bell or whatever to try to get their attention.
Yeah.
Yes, the man who comes to greet you does not greet you warmly. In fact, the man looks like a thug who stole a butler's outfit, which is far too tight on him, making the huge handgun on his hip easy to see through the fabric. His square jaw jutting slightly as he stares, just right like the whole approach down the little hill. The hell do you want, ape?
I have a letter from the Kings that I was told to deliver.
Ainz? Oh, fucking, yeah, fine. He holds his hand out. You say you got a letter?
Yes. And some information about a shared business venture. Would your boss be available to speak to?
Wait here. He turns around and you wait 5 minutes, 10, and then eventually a man comes to see you. He is quite a foil to the first one you spoke to. He's scrawny with short but kempt brown hair and nice clothes despite the day that look like he just threw on. He speaks with wide, almost apologetic eyes. He also stares a second too long. He seems to be stammering and not sure, struggling to speak almost. Yes? Hello? What's going on now, sir?
So you would be the lawyer, correct?
I'm a lawyer. I'm Francis Lingwen.
Francis, yes. Have you had
What-
the chance to read the letter?
I don't. It kind of came straight out here. He opens it. Wait. If I come, I can see my son and Anna.
Yes. I'm the one that's been managing the mine operation, the new one.
Whatever. Do we leave tonight? Do we leave tomorrow morning? What's the plan?
I'm going to hand him about $200. Get some people to escort you to Sonoma. The Kings will arrange from there.
This is I can get to Sonoma myself, sir. I don't want to trouble you.
It is not a trouble. This isn't very much. Hire some people to
You-
keep you safe.
What is do you know what this is about a business endeavor? This political endeavor. Why do you need me? What's Mr. King doing?
I would assume it's one of the ideas we've had before about starting a second smaller city.
Oh, well, yes, lawyers. I don't know why I have to be there, but okay, I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. I want to go. I want to see them.
I'll see what pressure I can apply to get you more time with the children. Do your work well.
Children? Did you say children, plural?
You mentioned you had two.
No. Anna is there. Anna and I, we had a. I shouldn't say it, especially not outside.
Oh, I see.
Anna's not my child.
I will see what I can do to assist you when I return. I am on a business trip at the moment.
Okay. Well, I'll be there tomorrow about forenoon, I imagine. Well, no, probably not till the afternoon. It's maybe if I leave at 3 a.m. And he just mumbles to himself as he turns around and goes inside.
And as I get back in the carriage, I'm just mumbling to myself, I don't like that.
Yeah, you might have even taken a stain for it if you were not terrible humanity right now. But in any case, as you're riding back to wherever you go, that's at least a couple hours later. So Yolanda, in the meanwhile, you were this flying pig, this strange location that looks so unassuming from the outside, but it is basically gilded in gold on the inside. And indeed, there is a bit of a hallway and a right turn, so you can't see inside unless you go past the greeter and the guards. But by the time you are quickly inside, you do see an open air floorway with tables, most of which are empty, but one of which does contain both Tori and her husband.
If I got the green light, I'll approach.
Alrighty. And as I said, yes, the staff just waves you in. They're happy enough. And Tori is at least pretending to be happy to see you. Richard is not trying very hard, let's put it that way. Yes, dear. What can I do for you? Are you enjoying San Francisco?
It's lovely. I wanted to meet more of our club members, but like you said, there was no one in the garden party here.
Unfortunately, most of the city is still rather lower class. But there are a couple fine Ventru and a very respected Tremere. I could introduce you to either of them. I mean, well, one Ventru, not the Prince. The Prince is obviously very busy. You'll meet him on the 20th.
Well, I would love to meet them and spend a little time with you, but I don't want to I didn't want it to ruin your evening or your husband's evening.
Oh, your company is a gift, dear, and I know that you are a special use to me, and you should know that as well. And actually, go ahead and make that resolve check right now because you know for sure that she would want to know that there's a Giovanni extorting you, and you haven't told her yet.
Resolve?
Yeah, hang on, let me double check what the roll is to resist your whatever when you're a ghoul. Surprisingly hard to F4 to that in this book. Ghoul is written 59 times. Yeah, and it's only level 1 bond, so just roll resolve.
So just straight resolve.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I'm gonna do old school. None.
You could always use willpower. And
Nope.
also, I'm double checking them. Let's see.
Nope. I only have 2 dice in there, and that's no.
That took me long enough to find.
Resolve and intelligence?
Yes. And
Yeah, I'm just gonna fail this if that's okay, because
well, I mean, you might as well check if you succeed, but you can always just choose to tell her if you want.
well, she doesn't want to. Is it safe? Looking around, is it safe for us to speak freely?
As long as you don't shout, dear.
I have no intention of shouting, my prince, but there is something I need to tell you.
Regarding your little coterie up there, the whatever he is, the colored one with the business and the other woman.
Yes. Turns out, Giovanni is extorting us.
And you just tell her all the details that, he considers the ownership of the mine his, but wants to keep it quiet, that all that happened with the hostages.
Yeah.
Oh dear, oh dear. Well, it's certainly good you told me before I left San Francisco. I would have preferred to be kept more in the loop of such important matters, my new daughter.
Well, I tried. I wanted to tell you about it, but you left the city.
Don't make excuses. I have many retainers. But it's good. As I said, good you told me now. And
Plus,
we might
I
need to
know.
bring Muscle back with us to... and you're sure you can't just charm them, convince your two coterie members that it's not that big a deal if they kill the kids or keep them or whatever?
They're not a fan of killing children.
Young bloods. Who do they think works the factories, right? Humans. But it's... Yes, listen. Make sure you come straight to me when we go to Elysium, and if we speak to the sheriff and, well, there's one other gangrel I know, we can have some good muscle in the city, and the ghost is what makes it complicated. We'll have to speak to Otto as well. Some way to cloak our intentions, or...
Of course, I will be by your side at Elysium, my prince.
Well, you came, you could eat, if you'd like. We've already ordered, but I have quite a helping. And then, perfect dramatic timing, a platter comes in with the serving staff who were probably just waiting for you to finish talking before they interrupted. And you've seen some fine gourmet sausages on a table, which you can guess the meat of.
Cannibal. Oh, human, right?
Yes. I mean, your prince is eating, and to your knowledge, you can't eat other things. Well, meat, kinda, you can eat.
I'll try.
Yeah. It's delicious, and it quenches you down to 0 hunger.
She'll follow her lead. I'm still, so I'd be down to 0 hunger?
Yep. That's the house rule we're doing for this setting, or this campaign at least. Chronicle, whatever you want to call it. And just so you know, I didn't forget about him. Richard is here. He is just kind of moping and silent the entire fucking time.
Is there a problem, Richard?
Of course not. I know business has to come first. How high the stakes in this game my wife plays are.
I didn't mean to interrupt your evening. I just wanted to see my teacher.
Of course. I mean, I can't fault you for wanting to be around her. And they have a tender, intimate moment as they stare at each other wistfully, and you think it's probably time for you to exit.
I will go. I will see you tomorrow. And she will kiss her ring or hand.
She waves you off, but she doesn't stop you from that when you grab her palm as it's, up in the hand.
As a sign of respect before leaving.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. And that didn't take long, so it's maybe 9-10 p.m. on the 19th now? Yes. What are y'all up to from here? Do you meet back up?
I was heading to the library.
I will head to the library. Meet at the library as well.
All right. Meet at the library you do. Well, actually, you probably meet up with each other first, you think, right?
Yeah.
It's a long walk, and it's not a fancier part of town. Just trying to decide if I need to, ambush you for walking around with these books or not.
I don't have books on me.
But I do.
Even if I...
Okay, you get all the way to the library without incidents. You, again, I guess Harvey's the only one who's seen it thus far, but it is a massive Germanic Gothic structure, complete with gargoyles, a huge tower, brings the thing to at least 7 stories tall, as well as a... regal staircase on the outside leading into a main lobby room. I mean, it's not open at 10 p.m., but you can knock if you'd like.
I'll go and knock.
All right. And you don't wait very long, maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10. You also see the small, unthreatening form of a bald man with a... Actually, he's just wearing his night robe again, because why wouldn't he? Oh, and you must be Mr. Fields. I'm Otto. I'm the caretaker of the library.
It is a pleasure to meet you, sir. I had someone send for the books you wanted.
Good. Glad we're being smart about this. These things are dangerous to just leave lying around where mortals could read them. Trust me. He is fully staring at them as soon as you hand them over.
I would hope I'd be allowed to study them and possibly some more of your collection.
Of course, you're a Camarilla vampire, aren't you? A brother of our clan.
Yes.
Do you know what these books are about? Did you get that far?
A ritual to summon a demon, 3 child that are sacrificed to it, and feeding it blood regularly to keep it loyal.
Well, miss, you paid for a bad translation. No, these are about pre-human history. about our precursors. Fascinating, fascinating creatures. Did you know that for longer than humans have been on this earth in any appreciable number, there was a race of lizard people? Just as smart as them, but they never got out of the Bronze Age. They were kept down by these big dragon bastards.
Really?
Oh, yes, there is so much history I never learned until I accepted the embrace. It's amazing. I mean, it makes sense. You can keep much better records when you have the accounts of people centuries or thousands of years old.
Isaiah's just looking up, tapping his finger on his chin. Then how in the world did they figure out to summon that demon?
Must have been another book. In any case, I'm glad you brought these ones here. They're important. They contain all sorts of ancient magic that's frighteningly simple to perform. You know, they weren't. I say they were our intelligence, but they were more like Neanderthals, you know, or something like that.
Might I go and see Dwight?
Oh, yes, yes, Dwight can go now. He's probably asleep, but I imagine you'll wake him for this.
And we are
Let's make sure I get on the stairs before you, young man. And he leads you in, lighting the. Or actually, he just lets a few lights on before he comes in. Or before he answered it, probably.
I hope this will be a start of a fruitful relationship then.
Well, I'm always happy to manage a library and share knowledge. I tell people, I'm a librarian first and a kindred second.
What? We're alone, right?
Yep, just him and you two.
What clan are you?
Oh? Young lady, you must be careful. Some people consider that an impolite question. Give me a persuasion charisma roll.
Persuasion charisma?
Mm-hmm. At least 4 successes. 3?
Yeah.
So he does not tell you, but he also does not take insult.
My apologies. I was just wanting to network. Just wanting to get to know some kindred in this city, as you call them.
Oh, I'd be happy to share a few hours with you, you lovely flower. But we would just not discuss that specifically. I'm happy to tell you of my history, my sire, where I am, how I came to be here. Spoiler, it's history. I wanted to learn more. And I decided I would become a monster to get it.
So you got to make the choice.
Well, most people do, dear. I mean, granted, it's often, more often than not, probably a choice between do you want to walk out of here dead or stay here dead? You know, how vampires are with their secrets.
Yes. Now tell me, you mentioned some mortals can learn magic. At least
Oh, yes.
Are there many groups of them that can do that still?
Too many. Let's face it that way. But it is rare, don't get me wrong. It's 1 in a million, if that's lower, probably.
Do you?
Another curiosity to study then.
You have all the time in the world.
So magic is real?
Oh, yes. Dangerous, dangerous things. And I want to be clear, I'm not referring to the extraordinary abilities of our blood, these disciplines. You could argue it's magic of a sort, but no, I'm talking in the more traditional sense, spells and rituals and such, sir.
I inferred as much.
I'll give you a hint, little lady. My clan is known to know a bit more about magic than others.
Are you, I believe something called a warlock?
Oh, that's more of a human term.
You'll have to forgive me. I'm new. I don't.
I've certainly never cavorted with demons, if that's what you're implying.
No. I hear that's.
Give me an insight roll, one of you or both of you. I don't care. Or maybe composure insight, but 4 successes either way. It is, he protesteth too much when he says, I'm not talking to a demon. You think he's talked to a demon and recently, and he's wondering why you've mentioned demons twice.
No, she was just trying to guess her clan by saying warlock. That's what.
Oh, yeah. Also, you're pretty confident from what little you've learned from your master that he's a Tremere.
So you prefer the name Tremere, the name Tremere?
Yes, that's what most people refer to me as. We're all expected to know at least a little of the wards and world rules, you know.
And how long
Fun
you've been?
fact. Do you know? Oh, do you already know werewolves are real?
Yeah,
If a
yeah.
werewolf were to touch any brick of this building, it would immediately die.
Oh,
Yes. Forge can be quite
perhaps I,
amazing when you have the time.
perhaps I should borrow your aid for a few doors.
That's borrowing my aid for a few decades, and you'd have to work quite hard to beat this home.
How long have you been a Tremere? If that's okay to ask.
Only if you tell me your age first.
She
I think you
looks
can
at us.
infer enough by the fact that he's taking care of each brick here. That's a process that would take probably more than a century.
But in any case, this is his door. If you want to speak to Dwight, I didn't want to knock. Like I said, he's asleep, I imagine. I can hear.
I will go up and just knock softly.
There's a start, and despite the comfy room that opens up and, the unharmed face of Dwight, you can see there is definitely a fair bit of fear on his face before he realizes who it is and, makes the connection. Being woken at this late at night, he figures it's either good news or he's gonna die, and he's not sure which. But he immediately sags deeply in relief at the sight of you. Oh, fuck, Fields. We're, done here then?
You're allowed to leave now, yes. I have a
Phew.
carriage that can take you to where we are staying.
Yeah, sure. You still want me to, be looking around bookstores and stuff? I didn't really get much work done, to be honest. I came here to ask for translators and shit, and then he got me to show the books, and
I think he can connect me with the people I need, but you should go get rest where you don't have to worry. And then,
okay.
after a day of
Anyone got a
resting,
spare
look in.
revolver? Or actually, Otto pipes up at that. Oh, yes, of course. And he reaches into his night robe and hands it over.
Once you've had a day to rest, arrange for furnishings for the building you purchased.
Leased it, but yeah, no, sure. I can take care of that easy enough. Is there cash at the place, or... Oh, right, I should give you your money back too. I'm sure that if you're youngsters, as I suspect, it's quite a bit of money he had. And he walks off at that. He did not just bring money with him.
He seems reasonable enough. I'm going to take advantage of his facilities here. Did you learn anything interesting in the books you were able to read while here?
No, not really. Like I said, I can't read any of the fancy languages, and I came here because I asked some random guy in, our side of town who could possibly help me with getting a translator, and he pointed me here. I did not get anything done before this guy caught me and put me in a cage and told me he'd kill me if I'd tried to escape.
Shame nothing got done, but I'm glad you're safe.
Yeah, appreciate that. I was a little worried you'd be, annoyed. You look, a little tired.
I am.
I'll get back to that place then. Thank you so much, Isaiah, again. And he runs off.
And I'll wait till Otto returns.
And return he does with $50 or whatever the hell it was you gave him.
I'll return it to him.
Yes. Well, he took it well. He seems like a smart young lad,
A talent I want to cultivate.
Was that you? That, he points to his neck?
No, it was not. It was another member
Good,
of our
good.
group.
I was gonna say, that's an ugly bite. That was either some rough sex or some bad frenzies, yeah.
And
There's no way you can bite someone like that.
We had to pull her off of him.
Gotta stay fed. Keep up with your medicine, as they say.
You've been listening to that little ankle biter.
Give me a persuasion, charisma, or intimidation, or manipulation, or something like that.
All right.
It's not the hardest DC, I'll tell you that straight.
I
You
will
don't have a better
use
manipulation.
willpower.
Isn't your manipulation better than 2?
It's both are 3.
Oh, hunger dice, I missed that. So 1 success, go ahead and roll your willpower then.
2 successes.
2 successes, lucky you. Well, yeah, so why? I mean, he knows so much, everything, and it's not diminishing me at all. I just take it before bed, you know. And I have plenty of blood to drink. I have many friends and such in this town, as its Chantry's keeper.
I will show my withered limb. We've been making
A fellow seeker of knowledge.
Yes. And I hope that perhaps producing your library would be a good bit cheaper. Do you take donations?
Oh, of course, of course. If you want to make a show of it, though, wait till the 20th.
In the meantime, could I look through the more eccentric books? I want
Yes,
to know
yes,
more
the
of what I
second floor, as we say, as I say, because it is the second floor, the where we keep the books mortals shouldn't read, unless they're in the know.
Thank you.
And the room upstairs is just as gaudy, not gaudy, but it is nice and decorated and even has a pleasant smell. And he leaves you there with a lantern and no one else, for whatever that means, to have your run of several tall shelves filled with thousands of books. And in fact, he also places these books simply on a shelf in this room.
I am looking for anything that it could be related to Oblivion ceremonies.
Give me investigation intelligence or academia intelligence, maybe.
That's another willpower, I'm going to say. Oh, I only rolled 1.
2 successes.
Make it 4 successes. I only rolled 1 when I meant to roll 3.
Okay, 4 successes. Yeah, you find books that aren't exactly instruction manuals per se, because, you know, it's not a common ceremony for among the Camarilla, but definitely records of how it is used and what they're capable of, and even descriptions of what it feels like, how they tried it, stuff like that. You find some pretty good resources, and you're confident, and you can raise your ceremonies or rituals to Oblivion level 3 now.
Alright, I can. Let's go. I'm gonna do that and then start slowly chipping away at the time it would take to learn a ceremony, because I know that's a couple weeks.
So you get on that, Yolanda. Do you do anything with this enormous restrictive library?
She can't read, but she
Where's
would
the
like
picture
to.
book section?
Is there a picture book? Yeah, she'll look at the picture books.
We have a few. It really is worth your time to learn to read, dear. I know it sounds silly when you've gone so long without it, but oof.
I am trying to learn how to read, but maybe
Wonderful, wonderful.
maybe some picture books. That can
Oh,
help
we
me.
have a few.
All right, she'll read. She'll look at the picture books too.
You know, the Egyptian language was largely picture-based. It's very interesting. So these ones you'll probably and blah blah blah. He spends upwards of 2 hours just showing you around the library.
And Yolanda do read the picture books to continue learning how to read.
Of course, of course. And that's all you want to do with the rest of your night, the 19th of March, or technically the early AMs of March.
Yep.
Yes.
Right. And you rouse the next morning then. It is the 20th. Elysium. You know the way.
Yolanda?
All right, Yolanda does. Huh?
Are you ready for this, Yolanda?
I am, and she does get dressed in her nice attire, in her nice dress.
I will be heading out to eat
Share a
a
carriage?
burrito.
Or where?
I failed all 4 rouse checks, so I'm gonna go find a snack real quick.
You have your oxes, you can just run there and drain a couple of them dry.
Take me down to 1.
Yolanda's just sitting there like, man, that was a good sausage yesterday.
Mhm. Yeah.
At 0 hunger, I approve.
Yeah.
But you go on and do that? You share a carriage to Elysium, or you go separately? What's going on? Any specifics you have with your entrance?
Seeing, uh, do you want me to meet you at Elysium?
I think that'd be for the best. We each make our own entrance.
Alright, Yolanda's gonna hire a carriage to take her to Elysium.
And you'll arrive just a little ahead of Isaiah, but I'll read the blurb for both of you. The ominous manor is abuzz with activity as you arrive, Yolanda. From the moment you turn onto the street, in fact, there are carriages and chattering serving folk flooding the area, smoking or otherwise standing around while the party rages inside. Well, party starts inside. Indeed, it is quite a party. There seems to be a great host of rich, well-dressed folk inside, at least 100, making the massive ground floor library quite crowded. Those
And
bulky tables you saw the night before are piled high with books and flanked by serving staff explaining the procedure. Even those of you who can't read quickly note that this is some kind of book exchange and donation drive for philanthropists. A little game rich folk play to buy status amongst the more influential here in town. You don't look long, however, before you're interrupted. Mr.
she
Harvey
does.
would have. I'm sorry, go ahead.
She would have hired the carriage to take her to and from. You know what I mean?
Sure. So they'll wait
So,
outside for you.
yeah.
But as you're walking inside, like I said, less than a few minutes, Miss Otto appears with a kind smile, having appeared from the crowd with surprising speed for a man with a cane. Hello, Miss Yolanda. Would you like to enjoy the private party upstairs?
Of course, I would.
Right, upstairs. 4 flights of stairs, to be clear. There is a room much smaller but still breathtaking, dominated by a massive spherical stained glass window facing the street below. There are but a couple dozen people here, and a couple of tables, plus a bar where a man stands attentive in servant attire, including others, while another servant across from him plays a massive harp that fills the room with music. More interesting, I imagine, is how everyone else is dressed. Strangely, in a word. You see some dressed like aristocrats from centuries past and oceans away, a couple half naked, and some distinctly inhuman in their appearance. Most linger near the windows, where a half dozen all seem to be fawning over an actual medieval-looking knight, complete with a shiny breastplate and helmet.
Yolanda takes this all in and tries not and doesn't judge on how they're dressed, as these are very powerful old kindred, and she's only a fledgling, so she
At
knows.
least half are dressed relatively normal, just,
Yeah.
nice, modern, high-end clothing.
Mm. Yeah, but she doesn't say anything. But she does make her way to her prince if she's there.
You were never given a name expressly, but you can assume that's the knight in the back of the room.
The knight. Well,
Yes, the one who the others are fawning over, and as you come closer to speak to him, he doesn't look over to you. He seems engaged, or absolutely enthralled in talks with some battle about 2 odd centuries ago, apparently. Jet This segues into a talk about the art of melee combat and the misfortune of black powder, cannons, and other such weaponry becoming so widespread, talking passionately and engaged in his conversation as he prattles endlessly with a big Viking-looking bastard, complete with the fur armor and a big-ass axe. The two seem close, or at least to enjoy each other's company. The other odd 6 people standing around laugh and agree and nod like lemmings, but they don't really contribute to the talk. You try to get his attention in some way, or
Is this the prince?
yes.
Mariah will just wave, make it respectfully, making herself known.
Okay, give me persuasion charisma if you'd like then, just to see how he sees you at first impression.
But she does keep an eye out for her prince as well, because she was ordered to stay by her. She is at Elysium.
Yes.
3 successes. But no.
And maybe he smiles a little or focuses on you for half a second longer when you wave, but he does not really acknowledge you in any way. But as you glance over the crowd, you do see already looking directly at you. Hang on, Tori. Yes, Tori. It takes a moment to pick her out, dressed as she is, with hair loose and free and clothes so little. While a beautiful engraved black skirt covers her crotch to her knees, and platform shoes make her stand a bit taller, her top half is completely naked. You quickly note 4 gorgeous shining studs, not unlike her nose piercings, lining perpendicular to her breasts down her stomach. Her husband, Richard, is right beside her in his usual mayor's attire.
Mara will excuse herself, not interrupting, but give a feeling
Or
of
just kind of bow out, find her.
Yeah, and then
She was
go.
already looking your way before you spotted her, and you come. Yes, it's not such a simple thing to approach a prince, particularly one who has a temper.
Yes, good evening. And she
Yes,
bows.
it is, isn't it? You look lovely, dear. A bit classical, but you're young. You'll get bored of that soon, trust me.
Thank you. And you look lovely as well. You look lovely as
Well,
well.
thank you, thank you. But while we have a moment, I really must ask, your others in your coterie, do they know that you told me everything?
No, they don't.
That might be for the best for now, but if you can find a way to break that to them when there's no one watching, that would be ideal. I think if no one else, Otto certainly knows how to dispel a ghost, even if he can't do it himself. We might need to schmooze up to him today. Make, he acts all meek, but having a gorgeous girl on either of his arms could sway him to do a lot.
Of course, I will tell them later on. I will tell them when we're alone.
Of course, of course. Well, let me know when you want to make a move. Obviously not right away. We need to wait a couple hours at least, else we look desperate. But Otto, I imagine, will be here all night rambling about this or that.
Of course.
And that's right when you walk in, Isaiah, having gone through the same entranceway and been greeted surprisingly kindly and even led up by Otto himself. Of course, of course. I mean, what are elders for, if not to instruct the young blood?
Now, I do have a donation for the library. Would you like to receive it directly, or is there space for it?
Oh, you mean books or cash, my dear friend, my new friend?
A check, but yes, cash.
Yes, I can take that. I do legitimately run this place.
I will hand over a check for 10,000.
Am I? Do you want a wing named after you?
It might very well cause someone to have an aneurysm.
Too true, too true. But this is the world we live in, yes.
It is.
You know, I spent a couple centuries, well, I wasn't black, but a couple centuries of my life I definitely faced racial prejudice. Nice thing about living forever, it all stops mattering after a point.
For us, maybe, but for others, it still will.
Well, as I said, it's the world we live in. But if you'll excuse me, I should really be nodding along and listening to the prince right now. Maybe after a glass of blood.
Is there anyone you recommend I meet?
You definitely have to present yourself to the prince.
I will.
Other than that, maybe just... If you want to be in with the powerful people, don't talk too much to the inhuman-looking ones. Especially not those sewer rats.
All right.
I know it sounds silly, but some, especially the Ventru and the Toreadors, they care.
I understand. It's always been about appearance.
And he's already at the bar at this point, and as I said, there is a servant on the other side who will welcome as if almost giving you a real menu. We have a number of meats available. We also have blood of each type: the sanguine, the adrenaline rush, the passion, the thought, all of them. You do mixes at your discretion. What is your favorite flavor, my new friend?
Would Isaiah know what his resonance would be?
I mean, you know that people you drank tasted differently based on their emotional states or whatever.
Oblivion specifically is empty, which is why I'm asking.
Empty. Remind me.
Empty would be like someone that is mentally gone, like catatonic.
Oh, yes, we have, well, in the city, in any case, 4 men in complete blank isolation for years at a time. They make a wonderful vintage of it. And he gives you some.
Thank you.
And it's goddamn delicious if you drink it, which at your humanity you could.
Isaiah will.
And you can slake your hunger down to 1 or 0 if you want to actually eat something, and they do have options from some whale-ass stews, you know, the kind that are real bloody and meaty, to sausages. There aren't very many options, but there are like 3 or 4.
Even with his lower humanity, I don't believe he is ready to go off.
Do I really want to be a cannibal? Nah, I'm good. Otto does not share your reservations, believe it or not, and he is heartily enjoying his soup not long after.
And then Isaiah's just gonna politely flit around until there's the chance to have a word with the prince.
All right, so you wean up with Yolanda pretty quickly in that regard, because you are both told, present yourself to the prince as soon as possible. And 2 goddamn hours passed, and these 2 men are talking fervently like men who have known each other for centuries and who love each other deeply, and maybe intimately, as they do deeply disregard everyone else in the room, to some extent.
All right, since we have to present ourselves to the prince, Yola is going to approach again.
I would wait till they have had their chance to converse. If I would.
All right, we'll wait. All right, we'll wait. Yolanda will wait, but still, let's stay by her Mola's side, though.
Isaiah's going to be
Another
in the general
hour.
vicinity of the prince, just chatting with whoever's nearby that he can.
And there aren't very many people. There's a young girl with blonde hair and a ratty pink dress. There's a number of serving staff, like I said, who are hovering there with glasses and such. There's a Nosferatu-looking man, or at least you have to assume so. His face is like a actual human, like an actual bat. It looks like a, were animal or something. Not maybe with rabies, maybe with something else, but definitely sickly and disgusting. There's Conehead is not here, suspiciously enough. Tori and her husband, of course, are also hovering by the prince's side.
Yolanda is with them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and a big caramel-covered bastard with native features and humble clothing, seemingly to carrying no weapons.
I'm gonna
So those people you wanted to...
the native one, the Native American.
He looks at you.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I am Isaiah Fields. Who might you be?
I am Bloodhound.
Bloodhound. Did you change your name, or was it just oddly apt?
Give me a persuasion, charisma, or manipulation if you'd rather.
1 success.
He looks and says, You're polite. You talk to me again about nothing, and I have bears rip off your balls.
Then I'll talk to you about something. Are you acquainted with the natives that have the werewolf among them?
Be more specific. Werewolf.
His name is White Wolf.
White Wolf.
Went around
No.
with Burris's men.
Oh, White Wolf is his name. The one who fights with Burris and all those bandits who hate the Americans, the industrializations and such.
Yes. Are you acquainted with them at all?
I kill them sometimes when I can. They don't really care that much here, though, and I have learned to ignore this land.
I see.
Humanity is a strange thing. It is simpler to be an animal.
That is an interesting philosophy. Thank you for your time. I hope we'll have another good conversation in future.
Yes, you know White Wolf. I know your master, Tori.
Yes.
I give you a bit for the bit you gave me.
Oh? And what bit do you have to share?
That, young blood, it is privileged information that I know your master.
Oh, I see. She'll likely want to ask a favor of you. And I'll leave with that.
We work together often. If there is anything of importance with Sonoma, she will tell me.
And then Isaiah will just continue to flitter out, saying a lot of nothing, just introductions.
Ready? You politely greet everyone you can here. Yolanda, you up to anything else? Another 2 hours have passed, and now they're talking about ocean combat and how it's so goddamn dangerous even for kindred to go on naval campaigns, and how this talks into talk about the ocean as a god and a spirit and that theology.
Yolanda's just by her Mala's side, mingling with other kindred that approach them, and will respectfully try to get the prince's attention again.
Just be specific and give me a persuasion charisma unless you can think of something better.
Using her charm. Using her charm.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna have a blood sausage before I go. But
Yep, go ahead. I mean, now's the time to burn as many powers as you can, to be honest. There's an open bar.
I know. I'm gonna get that before I leave. So I'm not gonna use disciplines because no disciplines are allowed at Elysium. I'm gonna spend a willpower.
That could have been better. Well, 3 on 8 dice isn't that unlikely.
That's bullshit. So
5 successes.
Yeah, 5.
All right. How do you approach?
Approach with a smile and respectfully bow to the prince. Using
And you
her
bow low enough that it would be awkward for him to ignore, and they look at you.
good evening.
Finally, these two men are silent.
Good evening, my prince. I am Yolanda Perez of Clan Toreador. I'm here to make myself known in your presence in your city as well as your court.
This one knows their reverence. And not the prince, the blonde one with the Viking beard pats your head. See, this is a good, smart newcomer, isn't it? Well, I must concur, you know. You must know that, this is a large kingdom you are stepping into.
Yes, and I must say that is that is impressive armor you are wearing, my prince. And a fine beard you have, good sir.
Good compliments, too. This one is smart. I am Ingrata Sinclaude. I have served San Francisco nearly since its inception, and I have, well, let's just say, this is a retirement of sorts for me. I have lived many centuries in many large cities. This is my dear good friend, Vagnar Belos. He has been beside me for nearly 200 years, and helped as my right hand. You will show him the same respect you show me, an authority in this city. But
Of
my
course.
hospitality is open to you tonight, of course.
Of course, my prince. And if should you need my assistance in San Francisco, I offer my service to you as a toreador.
As if there's anything you could do that I would need, young blood. But it's sweet of you to offer.
Of course, and my companion would also like to approach you.
That I'll
Yeah,
move
yeah, why not?
forward.
Whatever. Good.
And she looks for Isaiah.
I'll have like started moving forward when I see Yolanda greeting. So
When
I
she
will
makes the
go up.
word, right?
It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance, my prince. I am Isaiah Fields of Sonoma. I hope I can
Oh,
offer you some value in my time here.
of course. I'm sure you can find some way to be of service. Wouldn't have been embraced if you were not extraordinary and useful, after all.
My skills are in making money. I fear there's little else.
I won that game a while ago myself. You found the sweet spot yet? The perfect amount where you don't get killed or stolen from?
Out of character, what does the armor look? Is it medieval armor?
You can give me intelligence academic if you want, something like that.
No, thanks. I was just curious if it was a full knight's helmet, a full knight armor with the what's that?
Picture like an open-faced helm that's like a full steel cap with a ribbon and a breastplate. That's pretty much all he's wearing.
Oh,
And some greaves.
I thought it was the one with the closed the beak.
No, you can see his face. He has short black hair and steady eyes.
Because when you said armor, I thought it was
Sure,
full.
sure. I could have been more descriptive.
I'm sure there are those that will come to try and take it from me, so I will build everything I can with it while I have it.
Castles never go out of style, child. Remember that.
You don't have to tell me. I already
You
have
build
the
it before you need
fundamentals.
it. That's the key.
I will take that under consideration. Thank you, sir.
Now go enjoy the bar and let's the adults talk, eh?
Of
And
course.
he begins. Unless Yolanda jumps in there, he turns back to talk to his friend about some other nonsense.
She bows respectfully, and even though she's showing cleavage, she's trying not to her chest to pop out of her dress.
If you want to try to make a seductive move on one of these people, you can.
No seductive. She's trying to play her cards. She's trying
She's
to
just
be
trying to be right. I get you.
and then she will be dismissed and help herself to the butt sausage there.
Good old
Which-
cannibalism. Because really, if you're drinking blood, what's another little notch?
And she does give a nice smile to her Mala, thinking that went well.
Yep. She stays near the prince and even whispers to you as you go, don't stay away from him too long, or go to Otto. Either one is fine. I'll move on your mark. And then she turns back to her husband.
And she does say, so I do eat the blood sausage and slate back to 0, or no?
Yep. Or drink, or however you want. You have, as I said, an open bar.
But she'll look to Isaac and say, we do need to talk. About your business venture. She gives you a look like, not that kind of. Yeah.
I have
Yes.
a number of ventures. All right.
Yes.
Is this a now conversation, or is this an in future conversation?
Alone conversation. I need you and Elena to. I need you and Elena to talk.
Very well.
What I can tell you is that our boss is interested in assisting in our against our, how do I put this? One who's trying to
solve this situation with the one who wishes to collect. I understand.
yes.
And are we going to end up paying out in 8 different directions at the end of this still?
I'm not sure, but there is someone who is good at seeing your yellow dress friend.
Seeing them has never been the issue. And there's
Or should I
enough here on how to deal with that.
Yes, that's what I was trying to get to. Dealing with our yellow dress.
If I had
Um,
enough time, I could deal with that one on my own. Damn. It's always time.
but I'm going to assist our boss in getting support.
Very well. We don't move until we can handle it. No half measures.
And he might be here, and I'm ready to make a move, but I wanted to tell you and and um and Elena, wherever. You think she'd be okay on her own here?
She still needs to present herself.
And actually, your conversation is interrupted at that point by an obnoxiously loud man bellowing over the room as he enters. Gaze, my child, upon these poor lost souls. They call themselves the Canaanites because. Wait, do you know the story of Cain and Abel, boy? Yeah, yes, master? Ah, good. They call themselves the Canaanites because they believe vampirism was Cain's mark of evil. The deluded fools think themselves cursed by God when we are blessed by Lucifer, imbued with his infernal might. The man speaking is short, only half a head taller than the dark-skinned teenager who his arm is wrapped around. The kid looks at him with utter adoration, while the pale-skinned prick looks soundly over the assembled crowd, blue eyes wide and wild as the scraggly hair covering his head and face. Search carefully, my child. Find the ones who are wise, the ones whose minds are open, who can still be brought to the Lightbringer's path. And with that, he abruptly releases the boy and walks to the bar, making a grabby motion that the bartender seems to interpret perfectly as he hands him a glass.
But I'm gonna go and make the move. I'm gonna go to mingle. I'm gonna go mingle more.
Mostly entails hovering around the prince and half paying attention to his conversation to see when you can interject for a sentence.
Yolanda's gonna go back to Ramala's side and give her a look of she's ready.
Noted. So Isaiah, you're still at the bar or wherever, standing by the prince.
Find that boy that was basically sent around to evangelize. Like, what was
Who
that
is
about?
cautiously standing at the periphery of the main group huddled around the prince in the window. He looks to be about 14, 15, hard to say. Dark colored. He's wearing a simple shirt with a pentagram crudely painted on.
That's quite the interesting choice in attire, boy.
Yes. Master says most of you probably don't know what's about the curse or whatever. You're a Canaanite, right? That's how he puts it.
Yes, are you not? There's few that.
No. I have not yet been given the Dark Lord's blessing, just a taste of its power.
I see. And I'll start pressing him on, like, well, tell me what you guys believe in here.
Oh, well, the first vampire wasn't Cain, it was Lucifer himself. He put us on this earth as a predatory race of sorts to keep the human population in check, just like wolves do in the wild with other animals. If you take them all out, they just grow too many and then they eat everything and a bunch of them die. Or we're a part of nature, basically. It's a little, I never really had any education in my life until he saved me. It's hard to keep track of everything. He could tell you better than me if you're really interested.
He saved you. By chance,
Yeah.
did he purchase you?
Oh, no. My mom and I, we worked for this guy, and this guy, he was also really, really mean, and my mom was really, really mean, and I did a ritual, and he appeared, and, well, me and my brother did it together, actually. He appeared, and he killed them both, my mom and the man, and he said he was taking us to a new place and a new cause, and I've worked with them since.
Did your brother come along?
No, he ran away as soon as Lucifer's messenger appeared.
I see.
I think he couldn't handle the violence, but it was deserved. You know, it's about having self-respect. You need to have pride in yourself, and you need to fight back when you deserve to fight back. It's natural for things to kill each other. It's through competing that we become our best selves.
Well, I can understand the part about fighting back at least.
Said if every if every color turned into a Cainite overnight, slavery would end. He said.
It could end, but there are those that had already hunt Cainites and those that hunt colored people. I'd hate to see what happens if they mixed.
I think they already do, to be honest. I know that one clan, you know about the Bruja clan?
I have heard bits and pieces.
Yeah, no. Bruja is Vergnar. He points at the Viking guy talking to the prince. He's a Bruja, but he's a weird Bruja from what my master tells me. The Bruja clan, a lot of them like to take people like you, or like us. They don't like the big institutions like slavery and such, from what I understand.
Perhaps I should speak with him then when I get the chance.
You should, I should warn you, he can be a little weird even to your people. He's really old. He's not just like a couple centuries old.
Even older views then.
Oh, yeah. But he says if I pass and I'm good, when I'm fully developed, I can give the full gift. We can further our ends.
I hope that goes well for you.
Yeah? No. Oh, I should tell you. I should tell you since we're talking and you're curious and I'm supposed to be proselytizing. The best thing about the truth, about the stuff that Camarilla doesn't acknowledge, about Lucifer being the first vampire, when we die, we don't just stop existing like they said. You go, or they go to that weird Giovanni place, they say, you become a Duke of Hell. Even the lowest of Cainites has land in hell, Master says.
Oh. Wasn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Much
And
rather
hell
be
isn't like a
here.
bad place. It's like more like the competing of Satan for heaven. Like, I don't know, he said, I can make a better world than God with freedom, and God didn't believe him. So it's not like intentional torture or anything down there. It's just the realm the devil made.
Okay. Quite fascinating. It's interesting for me as I learn to read from the Bible.
You know, the Bible they gave colored people isn't real.
We had one to share amongst us. I should be getting gone now, though. There's more socializing to do here. Our work never ends.
And Yolanda, anyone in particular? You said you were going to go talk to Otto, so you and meanwhile Tori are strolling across to chat him up and talk about what are you reading these days? What are you up to? And give me a persuasion charisma. Your master will do the same.
All right.
So that's 4 successes on her part. What'd you get?
I'm gonna roll 4.
4. Okay, so both of you rolled like a 20. So he is thoroughly enchanted to have an excuse to talk all about this and that, and indeed by presence in general, because, you know, you're both attractive. And as your master insisted, for all his great whatever, he is infatuated by that. And after a bit of schmoozing, your master goes into a direction of, oh, so you're studying such advanced topics, but you must have learned this so long ago. Our query, how would you defend against a ghost or dispel a ghost out of our hair?
Yeah.
Or deal with a teleporting vampire, or...
Yeah, Yolanda's assisting her, asking, "Yeah, can you tell us? I'm sure a handsome man like you would know."
And you rolled pretty well, but even so, he's kind of digging his heels here. He's like, I'm certain I could handle it personally if I went there, but my duty's at the library, dear, and surely you can rent a Tremere or shaman or trick a holy man of some sort, or... But he does offer you a number of spells and rituals, I'll say, for And again, Isaiah did give a lot of money. He says something like, the best I can do for you right now is a small enchanted necklace that will repel any spirits within, I don't know, 10 meters.
She looks at the prince, see if that's approval.
I mean, as for the teleporter, I think you just have to ambush him and make sure you don't fuck it up, if you'll excuse my crude language.
She looks at her prince to see if that's approval. Well, not say anything, but just give her a look. You know what I mean?
Yes, I can get at least one notable gangrel and a couple of his pets to help us if such an occasion occurs.
I suppose, but you sure there's nothing you can do to persuade you? Or and she does press she does do the arm. I assuming where the prince is on one side of his arm while the other she's on the
Sure,
other.
sure.
Hmm?
Sure.
This
I suppose I could tell you how to make a ward against vampires. That'd be difficult. I could send out some letters and probably have a capable Tremere mage here in a week, at least for temporary assistance.
She gives you a look like not that kind of. Yeah.
I have a number
Yes.
of ventures.
Oh.
I'd have to write the Chantry over on the coast, but, that's why they made the railroads.
You think it's good advice, Miss Tori?
I think it's best we wait for all available weapons, as long as this man suspects nothing. Although that said, Auspex is always a concern. His clan is known to have it. I think so long as you wear the necklace, you stay on guard and prepared for attack by him, I think this is the best we can do.
All right. We'll take
I don't
that.
think, and I say this, I'm swearing to Cain and Christ, whoever you want, I think if we kill this guy, they're probably not going to kill those children. They're probably not even going to send anyone else here. They're already making quite an investment from what I've understand of this story.
When can we have the when can we have the necklace?
Oh, I'll get that to you before you leave, dear. I have a couple extras. Just for emergencies.
Oh, thank you very much, and thank you for all your help. And she does give him a peck on the cheek.
And he gives a polite laugh at that. And is there anything else, Isaiah, you want to do with Elysium? I'd say it's not much past midnight or whatever. You have time.
She's just doing the little persuading. You know what I mean? Help with the
Yes, the schmoozing did take a solid hour or two, so we're hopping back to Isaiah.
It's just going to be more of the same, socializing, getting to know people, maybe even some contact information for business deals.
All right, you reach out about business interests. That's interesting. I'll let you roll finance plus charisma or something. Finance manipulation.
Finance, charisma, 5 successes.
And as you talk about land and all this and begin mumbling about this and that to men on the periphery, you actually get a halt to the prince's conversation, who looks at you and seems not remarkably impressed, but interested enough to point out, oh, look at this man managing land, talking about land deals. That's a true noble blood for you. And from there on, it's very easy to get people who want to do business with you from various financial puppets throughout the city.
He's going to talk about securing those properties he was looking at in town, and then who is needing.
Sure, you make sure you're not stepping on any kindred toes and such and all that.
And then who here would be interested in wholesale of metals, stuff like that. Getting tradesmen out there, just
Seeing
general.
If you can fish a better offer on the silver you're selling, that's definitely worth doing.
And even the copper, hey, I know I have connections with this copper mine here. He's generally trying to turn a profit while also building connections.
Yeah, and I'll figure out exactly what I'm going to increase your rate by later, but you definitely are getting more monthly or weekly income at this point, or at least once that business is concluded with buying the properties.
And if the chance
Actually, by
does...
about 1 a.m., though, I'll say. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, and if the chance arises, he does want to greet that bat-looking Nosferatu at some point.
Yeah, the chance arises pretty quickly. He does go over to the bar at least a couple times in that period. You walk off with him.
Evening, sir. How are you this night?
I can't complain.
My name's Isaiah.
Good for you. Actually, it's good you came, Isaiah. You know Conehead, right? He talked to you.
I was going to ask you about him.
He's setting up the after party. You all want to come to the after party?
Will that be later this night or the next?
It's called the fucking after party. What do you think?
Later this night, then. I wasn't
Yeah,
certain
just
how
a few
late
more
this
hours,
tended to
but you'll
go.
have some fun there. Get to see the rest of the kindred, ones who don't want to fucking come here. At least a couple of them.
I will look forward to that.
I'm heading out. It's at, if you're not coming right now, I guess I can tell you where.
Thank you. I'll follow shortly.
And he gives you the name, rather he tells you it's northeast a ways after you get to the end of this road. There's a copper mine just outside the city, an abandoned one.
And is there a place for us to rest there should the party go long?
Yeah, probably. I mean, nothing fancy, though.
I can deal with not fancy. Thank you. Then I'll meander towards Yolanda and see what they would like to plan with that information. Yolanda,
Approaching.
there
Yes.
seems to be a bit of an after party with Conehead and some of the others. Are you interested in that, or would you rather stay here the evening?
I was ordered by Miss Tori to be with her.
I see.
Yes,
There's others
but,
I might be able to make some business connections with.
of course. And I did manage to get some support for the person who's trying to buy us out. Against the person who's trying to buy us out.
We'll have to discuss that in detail tomorrow.
Yes. You go enjoy yourself, and I will see you. Back at the place.
Can you point Elena and Harvey my way when you see them next? They're about somewhere, I'm certain.
Sure.
Thank you.
I will get the character. I will get the address and point Elena and Harvey to where Isaiah will be, while still staying by her prince's side.
No.
And Yolanda is trying to learn the more etiquette on Elysium with her mama.
Sure. There are definitely benefits, and one would argue it's expected of you, but on the flip side, the one Kane's taking advantage of, you're new bloods that no one really cares about that much. And so you slip out just behind that weird bat guy whose name you never asked.
Oh, Yolanda.
It is a bit of a trek. It's probably going to be close to 2 a.m. by the time you arrive.
And what time would sunup be?
6:30, let's say.
All right. I'll go.
There you get, and you find a few horses tied up and such and at least 2 people smoking signify you found the right place. And it looks like from the outside like a abandoned copper mine, and it looks on the inside like an abandoned copper mine. Little in the way of decorations or stuff. There's a few cups on a table, a few other tables with cards and other crap on them. There is also Conehead, a familiar-looking ghoul, a familiar-looking gangrel. That is one from, the Native American one, the Bloodhound. And also, oddly enough, there is Otto. At least someone looks identical to him. Most of them are sitting around a table at cards, drinking from their cups.
May I?
Oh, what? You want in on the next hand?
If it's not trouble.
Of course not.
What are we wagering tonight, then?
Oh, pocket change for you, I'm sure. And he pulls up one of the chips from his smallest pile. Each of these is $1.
All right. And I'll sit down and play a while before I start trying to talk any business.
And in the next 30 minutes to an hour, both that blonde-haired girl whose name you didn't get and that Lucifer Satanist guy whose name you didn't get both arrive.
So, Mr. Otto, I don't suppose I could be lent some of those books on the second floor? Or do I have to come by to read them?
It depends on which ones exactly you're looking at.
I'll describe like one of the books I was reading about Oblivion ceremonies. It was
Oh
quite
yes, that's common
fascinating.
enough knowledge, as long as you are careful to keep it out of mortal hands and all.
Of course.
Oh,
Have you ever
what you think
tried
of the
to...
prince then, young man?
The prince? Going around in his shiny old armor?
Yeah. You introduced yourself, didn't you? Feel like I saw
I
that out of the periphery.
I did. He seems like an interesting man, but likely living in the past.
We all
I,
pick
sus-
our delusions.
I suspect that one's fairly common amongst the older.
Well, hey, Eddie there is older than all of us. And he points to the Lucifer guy, the one with the strikingly mangy, like oily, greasy hair all over his head, and a black robe with a pentagram on it.
Did you bring your boy around with you, or is it just you now?
Oh yeah, I think he was just having a smoke, talking to the other ghouls and such, seeing if any of them are wise.
Don't take this the wrong way, but I'm curious if you actually believe that, or if it is how you go about your recruiting.
Go ahead and give me persuasion, charisma, or manipulation, whatever.
2 successes.
And he still narrows his eyes sharply at that. Of course I believe it. I've lived by this my whole life. My master, do you have any idea how old he was? The things he saw firsthand at the creation of mankind?
I see. I know that many of ours are prone to lies that are very elaborate, so I wanted to be certain.
Elaborate lies. Surely you've seen already that there's conspiracy in this world on a scale you never knew of before your embrace.
I have seen, yes. I've looked into the creation of the Catholic Church and its founding by those like us, other Cainites.
Yeah, the fucking Giovanni runs that institute now, more or less. Damn shame. It was a good weapon for a long while.
That's what the books I had said.
Yeah. I feel like if long term, of course, first we must convince all of the Cainites, but surely we can introduce Satanism in some form to the masses. We don't have to keep them in that slave religion forever.
You're welcome to try. It'll be difficult, though, for certain. It's had so many centuries now to ingrain itself.
Religions come and go. You wouldn't believe the shit so-called Christians were doing 700 years ago. African.
I doubt I would.
This guy is really bad at poker.
I'm just going to continue to make small talk at this point. Doesn't seem like any of them really have much in the way of business ventures.
Not really. If you talk in the direction of money, Conehead says, "Oh, money is of limited use to me and my bat friend, Chris." He slaps the other man at the table. "I get enough from, pockets and such."
Ah, I see. Then what is it you two
Have
usually trade in?
powerful dominate magic. I do not need money either. I live in people's homes usually.
And what is it you usually trade for then? Just favors?
I live for conversion, to show others the light and grow the power and teach them it is possible to resist the systems that be, like the Camarilla.
I'll perk up like that. That I would like to hear a bit more about. Seems like the
Most
second the
vampires
camera...
are horrible, wasteful. They kill indiscriminately and care only about their own unlives.
The second I was introduced to the Camarilla, they were already trying to take their cut and establish their control.
We need a more natural existence. We are beasts. We are not. We are blessed humans, but we are a step above. We are more human than we are God, certainly.
And what is it you plan to do
I mean,
long term? Do you wish to make changes to the Camarilla?
I think conversion is okay for now, but there could come a night of violence between those who care more about self-respect and rights as an individual than clan hierarchy.
I could never.
Camarilla never did shit for me.
At that, I'm like, so, Anarchs then.
You know that term?
I know what my sire was.
Oh. Verse had a good fight. The
I'd be interested in
this
bringing some of his.
industrialization nonsense, it goes too far.
I would be interested in bringing some of Burris's men around. Those are ready to settle down with the money they made till the fight's ready to start up again. I've got jobs and space enough for 'em out near Sonoma.
Well, got a couple strings, maybe, you could pull. See how much I need cash at the end of the night. Buying more chips.
I'll continue to just match bets for the most part. Now, Tori's hold isn't exactly the best on Sonoma currently, but it sounds like she's bringing in more friends.
Oh, is that
Bloodhound,
right?
are you one of those friends she is bringing in?
No. You think a rose wants to look at this? I'm surprised they look at you. You know, they're the
No,
ones in
I,
control the last
I'm.
1,000 years. They're the ones who let slavery and all this run rampant, deemed it acceptable.
Would you be good at delivering a letter?
Maybe.
A letter to a hunter?
Vampire hunter.
Yes, currently piddling about in Sonoma.
Oh? And why don't you just yes, kill him. Why wouldn't you just kill him in a way that looks like an accident with a gun or something if you're a coward about it?
Why would I kill a perfectly good attack dog?
Oh, I see. Plots, of course. Plots within plots. You must be a True Blood or some nonsense, shouldn't you? Okay,
Leave
who is there to
leave
kill
a
out there?
little.
One of your coterie mates or the prince?
There's a Giovanni with interest in the area, and the prince wants a tighter grip than I think is polite. At least a good scare.
Sure. But if you drop a letter in his lap that says kill her and she talks to him, she'll probably ask her local seer, her little nibs. He pokes the little girl, or, little girl body person. They might ask who that letter came from. Could come back to you.
It could. Nibs, is there anything in particular you would like?
No, I already ate. Actually,
Is
he
there
looks
anything
at
you.
Conehead, and Conehead looks at the Lucifer guy whose name I don't think you've asked still. Or no, Ed, right? Eddie.
Mm,
He says, yeah, what the hell? You want to have a proper refreshment then? And in a back cave, as you quickly see, a filthy curtain is pulled aside, and there are 5 people bound and gagged. Conehead said I could eat the hands when they're done. Hands are my favorite.
I don't suppose I could take one to go.
And why is that? You're afraid to eat in front of people? You shy? The little girl presses.
I have a difficult time currently feeding at home. A boxed lunch
you
would be
wouldn't be
helpful.
dumb enough to try to lie to a seer now, would you, Mr. Fields? Because these men gotta die. These men, they deserve it. Trust me. Let's see. That one tried to molest me. That one tried to kill this guy over here. This one was beating up a homeless guy for shits and giggles with his brother.
That Isaiah just
Besides that, they've
leans
seen too much.
back and exhales. At least you've got some code of conduct when you go about killing.
Hey, yes, we have to kill, but there are plenty of things in this world, plenty of humans that deserve killing. Jeez, people act like this is a huge problem, but it's not.
I want to trust you, all of you, but that'll take time.
You could always ask your own seer. Yeah, what's up? And Matthew was just in the corner in the back room eating something or another.
And there's why I really want a boxed lunch.
Oh, well, that's just rude. That's just rude.
What, you have me walking around as your own boxed lunch at this point?
Hey, don't act like you're fucking special. I got lots of bitches at this party. Or cows, if you prefer.
If any of you are looking for a place to stay, I'm building up around my mine in Sonoma.
Think I got better digs here than a mine shaft. This isn't where I live, you know. You are new.
I am new. It needs fixing up, but there's an entire carved-out manor on the depths of it. Don't see why there couldn't be a few more manors in future.
Well, we'll talk in the future. I'm sure you'll be back here next year, and the year after that, and the year after that. If you live.
If I live is definitely up in the air at the moment. Now, Otto, how did you
the key is to
met?
stay off the radar if you ask me, but there's more than one way to skin a cat.
I need to have every lever available. Now, Otto, how did you manage to get here so quickly? I don't believe I saw you leave.
Oh. Yeah, I can be two places at once, can't you?
Unfortunately not.
Oh, all you
Is
have to
that,
do is study for a couple centuries, probably with a private tutor.
and I know I can't afford that. Shame being able to walk around in the sunlight like I hear you can would definitely help with managing operations.
Yeah, that's the cheat code. That's how I've been able to keep this identity so long. Hide in plain sight, they say.
Is it your magic that lets you do that?
No, it's best not reveal everything. We do have to be some caution. In us, we are predators now.
That we are. I look forward to learning what I can from those books.
There's a whole new world open to you, like I said, I think. I might have been drinking some alcoholic blood. Which one had the heroin in them?
I hope not mine. I don't think so. That was
Yeah,
quite...
no, I would have warned you. Jesus, I'm not an idiot, the little girl says.
I wonder if Elena would be interested in joining this group sometime. I know she's quite devout in her Catholic faith, but I doubt she's too fond of the Camarilla.
Oh, yeah, speaking of her, and speaking of why you should get her to get her ass here, Conehead pipes in. I could tell her how to save those kids. And that's where we'll end the session.